wondering what to do with your moon pies, so I've got some wine suggestions for you. Lemon moon pies, Sauvignon Blanc, Chenin Blanc, Pinot Grigio.
Stuart Rev Donald, acclaimed food and travel writer.
And now that it's nappy season again.
What now?
I said, now that it's nappy season again.
For more than a decade, they've combined their expertise to answer your questions and introduce you to the culinary shakers you want. More award finalists, 12-time Nappy Award losers. They are the dynamic duo of dining. People scream at the Lord. Marcus 2 on 165.
Yes, sir. Here we are, a beautiful Sunday morning. First Sunday of spring.
That's bull. It's been spring for almost a month. It is the first Sunday after the vernal equinox.
Yes.
But it is a sweet Sunday, is it not, Steve?
A sweet 16.
A sweet 16 Sunday, baby.
There you go. There you go.
We get that same Auburn team 4 more times, we've got a national championship. And then the discussion switches from were they the best team in the country this year to was that the best team in college basketball history?
There you go.
Because we are currently tied with the 2018 Kansas team with 18 quad one wins, the most any team's ever won in 1 year. We beat Michigan Friday. We will play the most difficult schedule in the history of college basketball.
Wow.
Yeah.
By the way, welcome to the Sip Show.
Yep. It is wing season, baby.
Wings.
Wing season.
Get your wings on. Get your wings on.
On the wings thing last week, we were talking about the dry stuff. Get your wings, hit them with celery salt, put them in the air fryer. You don't need anything else.
Really?
That celery salt is so good on them, but you get something else. But I mean, you don't need it.
Yeah.
But I did buffalo wings Thursday night for the Auburn game, which was played Thursday afternoon. But I got to watch the other games and not worry about my team losing. And eat my chicken wings.
Okay.
And I air fry.
Wings yesterday?
No, yesterday it worked.
Oh, there you go.
Now, when I got off, it was a late game.
Yeah.
After I got off work, I tried to go to Heroes, but
couldn't get in.
No. And then I tried Mellow Mushroom right there around the corner from them.
Yeah.
Couldn't get in. So I ended up at Hungry Howie's and got it to go.
There you go.
And just went home for the
There you
game.
go.
Well, that's good if they were busy. That's good to hear.
Well, the places that you wouldn't expect to have a TV were not busy, or most places weren't busy, because this is the time of year with weather like this. People aren't wanting to go sit inside a restaurant.
Oh, heck no.
They may have driven over to Pleasure Island over there, Gulf Shores, Orange Beach.
We were sitting by a pool having crawfish, or rather,
You were sitting by a pool watching other people eat crawfish.
I was eating sausage and corn on the cob and the potatoes. And I'm gonna tell you what, I have never had carrots cooked in crawfish bowl.
Yeah.
But I ate the carrots in the crawfish bowl. I could just do that. I could just boil some carrots and crawfish.
I'm not a carrot either.
I'm not either, and I hate when I order a salad and I get a bunch of shredded carrots on my salad.
It's hard to pick that out.
I wished I'd known this. I should ask what else on your salad.
Or read it.
Huh?
Or
read
read
the
it.
menu.
Yeah. Well, the other day I went to a place. Went to a new place in Foley called Colts.
Called what?
And Colts, and they're
Colts.
they're out of
Colt
they're
45.
family owned, something like that. COLT''S.
Yeah, I'm just making association. Bad ones.
Yeah, right. But they're from the northern part of Arizona, and they own 4 restaurants there. So husband and wife, and they happened to be down at the Gulf one year, Orange Beach. So they fell in love with the area. So what do? They went to Foley, look for, since it's the biggest growing town, one of the biggest fastest growing towns in the nation. Found a spot, got it, opened it.
Isn't that how we got Lambert's?
Huh?
Because they're based out of Nebraska.
Do what?
Isn't that how we got Lambert's? It's from Nebraska.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's not so.
I don't know. I thought Lambert's was a Louisiana thing.
No, I believe.
Well, it's been sold.
Oh, so it's just it's not.
Somebody did a story on it.
Yeah, it's just traded. It's just a commodity.
But I ordered the brisket sandwich, and it was like that tall.
Wow.
And it was that much brisket in it.
He's nickling a whole bunch of inches for those of you that are
That's
listening.
about 2.5 inches. brisket.
But those of you watching on the YouTube and the
Yeah.
Facebook can see what he's doing, and you also get to see our fancy new setup on our screen.
Yes.
I'm not going to tell you what's going on.
You'll have to get on there and look.
You'll have to go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/sipandchew, or look for the Sip and Chew Show on YouTube, and you will see we got a whole new fancy setup.
What he said.
Yeah.
But
So this is a thick sandwich.
so barrel thick sandwich, and I didn't want fries, I didn't want coleslaw, and
Don't need it.
potato.
It's a
So
sandwich.
I said, well, you got a side anyway with this sandwich,
Yeah.
and I said,
Could
I'll
it be a
take that.
sandwich.
I'll take the house salad is, well, actually it's a la carte. I said, I'll take the house salad. It was only $3.25.
When you get all the carrots though.
That salad came out and the plate was 12 by 12. And it was packed with salad. And I go, good God.
So they gave you the garden as a salad.
I thought that would have been the dinner, and it was covered in everything, but it had carrots. And I'm like, see, I don't like that shredded cheese or the shredded carrots on my salad.
Oh, I like a shredded cheese now. Carrots I can deal without.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cheese, I can
Bacon
do.
bits,
Just throw it to the side.
mushrooms, beans.
But see, some of these places, they already got salads made up in the back, and
Yeah.
they just grab them and
Yeah.
go.
Pre-made.
I need to ask that question, and I need to ask, can I get it like this?
Tell you what I
For
used to
now.
like with salad.
And then
Well,
how
I
much
keep
is it going to
forgetting.
cost if I get it like
Ruby
this?
Tuesday.
That's how you should phase it.
I like
Ruby
the way-
Tuesdays used to have a great salad bar.
Oh man.
Ruby Tuesday and Olive Garden handle salads the only way they should be handled in America. Either this is our salad, eat it like this, or don't get a salad, Olive Garden.
Or make your own.
Or Ruby Tuesdays, make your own.
Drop on
Because
what you want.
it's a solely American thing. In no other country do people go, oh, I don't want this in my salad.
Really?
If it's a bowl of vegetables, you eat the bowl of vegetables.
Oh,
It's
imagine that.
ridiculous to take any of them out. The whole point of a bowl of vegetables is eat a bowl of vegetables.
Yeah.
But Americans like to express themselves. in
It
this.
all started with Burger King.
Yeah.
Have it a your
So
way.
if you're going to allow people to custom make their salads, put a salad bar up there. Because I've told Mike and other people before, that kitchen at Macaroni Grill used to crash on Friday nights because of yahoos wanting to custom build a side salad. Folks, there's no special ordering a side salad. However it comes is how you eat it. If you want a salad custom built, you buy the expensive salad.
Yeah.
The side salad should not be tampered with. Anything you don't want in it, just don't eat.
You know why, folks? Because cooks don't want to do that. They gotta
Because
pay attention to
it's
something else.
unnecessary time and attention in the kitchen. It's a bunch of raw vegetables. If there's some you don't like, push it to the
I
side.
ain't gonna say.
And when I design a side salad, I put everything on the edge. So if you don't like it, it's not in the salad.
Yeah, there you go.
The only thing in the middle's,
Use the lettuce.
like the little cup of dressing.
Yeah.
And so that people can do that. And Stakeout, which was phenomenal steak and burger delivery place,
Yes.
was started out of, I believe, Huntsville. It was over the Southeast Midwest. That's how they handle it. If you don't want it,
Yeah.
take it out. We're giving you everything. And every sandwich came with a separate packet that had the lettuce, tomato, onion in it. Separately in a plastic container with a lid. It didn't leak on anything. It stayed fresh. And you just take what you want. So if you told us no onion, we ignored it.
You know, that
Take what you want.
Just flick off what you don't. Just flick off what you don't.
Yeah.
My
as simple as-
question is though now that comes into food waste. You know, if you're gonna buy
It's
all
an
this
onion,
food-
man. It costs less than a penny.
Well, but I'm just saying as far as cost,
Right.
they're gonna tell the customer, oh, well, we did all this and then you're just wasting it and you got the food waste on
It
top of
actually costs the restaurant more money in the time it takes to custom build a salad than it takes for the ingredients
Usually,
you're not going to use.
usually,
That makes sense.
Far more. money.
usually there's somebody sitting at the table that will want my
Exactly. Exactly.
I don't
And
want
same
the
thing,
onions.
Like
Who
at
wants my
Stakeout, you
onions?
get it at home and you go, oh, I don't want onions in my burger. There's always some dude's like, oh, I always want extra onion.
Mhm.
I want. I had a buddy one time. He loved onions so much. I made him a pizza with pepperoni and triple onion on it. He said it's the first time I've ever had enough onion.
Wow.
He said it was one of the best pizzas he's ever
I
had,
love a lot of onions on my pizza.
especially on top when they get charred. Oh,
Absolutely.
that's
Oh, well, all my vegetables, I want a little charred a little bit.
I like to roast all the vegetables in a perfect world and not have raw of the mushrooms and the onions and the bell peppers so that they have a little char on it.
251-343-0106 is the Sip and Chew call and text in line.
Oh,
Let's hear from you, folks.
Crispy veggies.
We used to get this shit at Macaroni Grill. I want a Caesar salad, no romaine, sub ranch. That's not a fucking Caesar salad.
I think about that every time I hear, Robin Williams on Aladdin.
How do you say John's last name? Sislak?
Sislak. Like it's spelled. That's the thing with people's names is spell it like it's pronounced. Because I'm going to pronounce it the way it's spelled, and if I pronounce it the way it's spelled, it's actually this, then change your spelling. It's your name.
It's like Roy.
Spell it the way you want.
It's like
How do
Roy.
you spell, how would you say TAWNA?
I don't even know.
TAWNA.
You want one, the new e-bike. So come see me at
Tona.
Bicycles for your.
You'd be surprised how much my daughter has caught, how much black Tawana, Tanya, just like, read, people.
Look at Roy at Butch Cat. Say his last name is spelled Seewar.
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 By the way, he says that is not Italian. He's not Italian. He is Swiss. Probably from
What did
the
he
part.
change? He told me he's Italian.
He's probably is on his mother's side. But Seawar's not an
On his
Italian.
father's side.
Well, that makes sense. Seward.
Well,
But
it's,
you got- that
it's
could
not
have
his,
changed up.
yeah, it may be his mother, his dad's mother, who was Italian.
It's two E's. The Seward is SEESEWAR. Seward.
It's like SEWAR.
Seward.
Seawar. Like
There's no D at
Seawar.
the end.
People were always
There's
calling
no
him
vowel at
Sewer.
the end. That's
People
how
were
you,
calling him Sewer, and he'd get upset about it.
Well, I would too, yeah. Because that's two
there's no
E's.
vowel at the end. That's how you know it's not Italian.
Wow.
I not only love these
The
kids,
name
I'm
game.
just so
That's tough.
Yeah, he told me that just last week.
Dave Thomas
I had a
found
friend of
think
mine,
he
his brother,
identifies more
his last name is Hunt. His first name is Eric. He had to say that really
Yeah,
slow.
I bet.
Mom and Daddy weren't thinking on that one.
These are some of the largest life-changing decisions you'll ever make in your lifetime.
She seen what Creighton shot from the behind the 3-point line against Auburn in the first half. 64%. Mike, I know you don't get basketball.
No,
The average is 30%. A really good team shoots 40, and if they have a great night, they shoot 50. They shot 64%.
Yeah.
They made 3 out of 12 in the second half.
Mind blowing.
Who else do we need to pray for, Mike?
all right, folks. We want to. Y'all know that when we first started this show,
This venture.
this venture years ago, we had a caller to call in all the time. We got to be real good, close friends with him, and he's having some health issues. John Sislak, which is better known as John from downtown Fish River, and he's hadn't been calling in for quite a while now, but
Because he moved.
he moved.
Yeah.
But I understand he still listens to the show.
Good
online.
man. Good man.
And but he's been having some health issues, and he's a fun guy. We love hanging out with him and love going to his man cave that he had over there behind his house.
Steve would have really liked it because he had local musicians that would just come and start jam sessions in his backyard.
But he had right behind him was his friends, the Fritz brothers, and they built custom guitars. And they have built custom guitars for
How
all
convenient.
kind of famous.
Yeah, I'm not
musicians.
talking like this is the yahoos in your trailer park that can strum a guitar. I'm talking
Musicians.
noted
Yeah.
local musicians.
Shows.
But please keep John Sislak in your prayer. I got a call from Susan Cox, our friend Susan Cox, yesterday to let me know that he had another surgery and
He
he's
needs your
okay,
prayers.
but he's just having some issues. So give John some prayers, thoughts. Keep him in your thoughts and prayers. And
Yeah, and while we're throwing prayers out to listeners, longtime listeners of ours, Sheila from over in Fairhope, lost her mother recently. And she messaged me on Twitter about it, and because she knew that Mike and I had been through all that before.
Yes,
and,
we have.
and yes, we have, Sheila. And just keep listening and cherish all those memories, because they can never take those away from you
Yes.
until the
Yeah.
Alzheimer's kicks
Right.
in, and then you won't know.
But let me shout out some happy birthdays, people.
Yeah,
David Hubble was 2 days ago.
I've heard of him.
Yep, great friend of the show. And then our friend Kenny Dumas up at Poor Babies up on Airport Boulevard. One Sunday morning they came in here. We made mimosas and what else we have? Mimosas. Oh, Blood Marys.
Well, that needs to happen again.
And also it's the 10-year anniversary of the Dumbwaiter.
Yeah.
Can you believe that?
And we will eventually we started a series then, and COVID kind of shut it down. Dumbwaiter was the first one called Join Us for Dinner, where Mike and I would go to a place neither one of us had ever eaten, put a recorder in the middle of us, they'd give us a sample menu, and any restaurant out there that wants to treat us to a sample menu will do this. And we just recorded our thoughts live, and then I would edit it into Better Success. Mike will take a bite of something, and it's 3 or 4 minutes before he speaks, because he's for something like that, he's analyzing it and wanting to really grasp it. And that comes from being the wine expert, of having to get the notes down and everything.
Trying it all.
Yeah, so editing takes, otherwise you're going to listen to 20 minutes, that 5 minutes is talking and 15 is us chewing and going, oh, more.
So Stu, are there any games that start today with Sweet 16? Do they start today?
No, they start Friday. This is the second day of round 2. Alabama plays today. Probably Alabama plays now. No, they're 6 o'clock tonight.
Well, I was going to say, because today is National Chip and Dip Day.
They put that in March Madness.
Today is perfect day for that.
Yeah.
Melba toast. I don't know how many people celebrate with Melba toast, but it's also Tamale Day.
Love tamales.
I love tamales today. Tamales yesterday. Tamales tomorrow.
Tamale.
Love them. That's all that I got. But
okay. Well,
I know you.
Mike and I dropped a new video short on the YouTube and the Facebook this week. I was doing research for something else that I was doing for Delta Safari, and I came across a piece of information and a name that I should have known and did not. And it enlightened us to something that we can hold over the folks in New Orleans' head. Not only was Mardi Gras invented in Mobile,
in the New World,
the New World Mardi Gras was invented in Mobile, American Mardi Gras, the only Mardi Gras that matters, because we live in America.
On the Gulf of America.
Yeah.
Or whatever it's called this week.
Gulf of America.
As you said.
Yeah. Well, the city of New Orleans did not exist in 1705.
Nope.
But the city of Mobile did. And our good buddy, Jean-Baptiste Lemoyne de Bienville, was at Fort Louis, which is at the original 27-mile bluff. Had the French government send a bunch of babes over here to marry the settlers because they were getting restless. And we all know them, the Pelican Girls. And they had an uprising, the Pelican Girls did, because part of the reason, part of it was unfair treatment in their note. And, you went from being in Paris to being in a frontier.
Yeah.
But they didn't know how to cook the local ingredients. And Bienville had a cook named Madame Langlois, who invented Creole cuisine in Mobile. She was the first one that we know of. There are reports out there. Maybe she didn't even exist, but there's too much out there mentioning her for me to think she didn't exist. Could be a Robin Hood scenario where it was a name and they associated it with another person who was unrelated to it. But this lady worked for Bienville, and she taught these other ladies, the Pelican Girls, how to cook with the indigenous ingredients, but the European techniques.
Interesting.
Which is what Creole cuisine is. The Pelican Girls then, they were brought here to marry French settlers. As I recall, of the 23 who came over, one died of yellow fever. One actually married a French settler, and the other 21 or so married someone else and moved out of here. And these ladies helped found Pascagoula and Biloxi and Ocean Springs and New Orleans and all of these towns on the Gulf Coast. And they then taught that Creole style of cooking that Madame had come up with to the people in these areas, including a little place in Louisiana called New Orleans. So Mardi Gras, Mobile. Creole cuisine, Mobile. And Mike knows this as well. Gumbo, Mobile.
Gene Fox.
Yep.
And
David Hubbell's the one that helped him do
the
research.
the first mention of anything, the stew-like substance or soup-like substance that was defined as was on Dawson Island. That resembled gumbo. But if you look on your Google map, you can see here 27 Mile Bluff. Right off to the southwest of it is Lemoyne on 43, and then south of that is Creola.
Yeah.
Well, how about that?
Yeah.
That's coincidence.
Yeah.
So Lemoyne, I mean, Lemoyne ought to be a big
Right.
city with that name.
And Madame Langlois was French Canadian. She wasn't Creole. The Creoles came from Haiti.
Jamaican. Yeah.
Right. And the Cajuns came from Canada by way of France. They lived in what is now Nova Scotia, but back then it was called Acadiana.
And you talk about a mix of yeah, you was.
But I'm gonna
Have you ever heard the story of how we got crawfish?
Hmm.
This is the Cajun story, that the Acadians lived in Nova Scotia, and they were such friends of the sea and all the seafood that the lobsters just loved these people. And when they moved to Louisiana, the lobsters missed them. So they walked all the way down the Atlantic Ocean underwater. Yeah, this isn't science. They walked all the way down the Atlantic Ocean, rounded the corner there at the Keys, and found their buddies in Louisiana, but the water was so hot that they lost all their weight and they turned into crawfish.
I was going to say,
Well,
that
some of
long
them-
walk has shrunk them. I guess.
Some of them stayed there in the Keys.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah, but they lost their claws.
But on Dolphin Island too, Steve,
My.
in 1699, when Lemoyne then founded that island, there were skeletal bones everywhere, and they thought there had been a massacre.
Yeah,
And they
Dolphin
called-
Island was originally called Massacre Island.
And but I think it had to do with a plague or something, and that's where they buried put the bodies. So now there's a Mardi Gras organization there called Massacre Island Mardi Gras and organization or group, and hopefully I'm gonna be a member of that one. But it's the only nighttime parade on Dolphin Island.
Okay.
It's cool. It's a cool place. Do we have a caller?
Yeah, we will have a caller.
Yeah, well, we have a
Oh.
guest in the next segment.
That's who that is. Oh, he can wait. Meantime,
We
But-
do have a couple of folks that wanted to kind of touch base on what we were talking about in the first segment there. And Alabama Al asked, how do you get the char onto your vegetables?
Hot, high, direct heat.
Yeah.
Put them under a broiler. Get a skillet scorching hot. Put them in there and let them sit until they get brown. There's a difference between caramelized onions, and charred onions. Caramelized onions take 45 minutes to make. So you can't just walk into a restaurant and go, oh, can you throw caramelized onions on it? If they don't serve it, they can't make it. What they're giving you is grilled onions.
yeah.
But
like
grilling is direct high heat that's dry.
There you go.
So it's not putting it on a barbecue grill. You get a iron skillet, get it hot, throw it in there, you're grilling.
All right.
So that's how you do it. And the other one is under the broiler in your oven.
All right, folks. When we come back, we're gonna have Mr. Danny Calametti. I think we've had him a time or two.
Maybe once or twice.
Yeah.
He's
Anyway.
calling in at 343.
He's calling in. Yes, like you should.
But not for the next 10 minutes.
Yeah, somebody's calling. Is that one or two more calls? I can't see, it's blurry. It looks the second caller. I can see things up close perfect. I can't see things away. Of course, I'm nearsighted.
Quality on new construction in commercial and industrial applications. Roy Lewis Construction, building legacies one relationship at a time. Licensed in Alabama, Florida, and Mississippi.
FM Talk 106.5. Coast Weather Authority. Dr. Bill Williams.
Yeah, I was researching good old BN bill when I came up with that. I went, well,
Mr. Calametti, how are you?
I'm good.
Good. All right, we're in the break, so give us a minute or so. We'll be right back with you.
Oh, I always have to listen ahead of time to know what the conversation is that I'm leading into.
And it's good to be prepared, indeed.
Yeah.
No curveballs. Hang on.
Yeah, no cow farts this time.
No cow gas.
It defines excellence on both sides.
So you can actually do like prep work before you go on the air and know what you're going to talk about? We should try that sometime, Mike.
And this is the first station I've ever been at that I've never seen. Yeah, I'm sure Sean does, and they do in the morning. I know they do with Dan.
Start your journey today.
I'm always prep.
That's
Everybody know what I'm getting into.
Another quick tip from Gulf Coast Auto.
And of course, the dirtiest team in the NCAA this year, other than Tennessee, BYU.
Yeah.
Them bugs are dirty, man.
Well, and Gonzaga's out.
Yeah. Mouthy. BYU was mouthy. They started taunting the fans yesterday at the Wisconsin game. They almost had a fight after the game was over between the players.
These cocky little sons.
They go up against Tennessee with all their thugs. They're
It's
gonna,
amazing how
they're gonna be like,
game.
oh, we can wait to try this.
Young and cocky.
I see them bringing their banjos.
That knee yesterday.
Yeah, the BYU. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at right now. But that was the game Pat
That was
Adams.
definite purpose.
That was the game Pat Adams was officiating, and they had a ball go out, and they said, oh, that was off of so-and-so. Oh, they're going to take a look, make sure they got it right, and it stopped for 10 minutes. And the announcers on the radio are going, what are they looking at? It's clear who it went off of. I think they're trying to fix the time.
Yeah.
And he came back and said, put one more second back on the clock. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Then he walked back over, started looking at the monitor for 5 more minutes, came back and said, take the 1 second off. He just wants to be on TV. And they have told them only go to the monitor if necessary, because you got yahoos like Pat Adams that go to the monitor every 5 minutes to get on TV. So he finally got one to go and monitor with, and he milked it for 10 minutes. My guess is he does not officiate in the Sweet 16.
Here we go.
Are the dynamic duo of
Yes, we are.
Sit and Chew with Mike and Stu. Call 343-0106.
Hey, Mike, you know who has dialed 251-343-0106 this morning?
Somebody has.
Yeah. Do you know who?
Throw it at me.
Danny Calametti.
I know him.
Oh, okay.
I know him. I've gained weight since I've known him. All the
You can't wait till you
judging,
sat down this
all
morning.
all the judging. He makes me go eat food places.
Yeah, it just breaks your arm.
It does. It does. So,
Morning, Danny. Morning.
hey, Ben, how are you?
That's fine. You enjoying March Madness?
I'm working on it. I want to follow up one thing about your gumbo.
Uh-huh.
I know that gumbo was invented on Dolphin Island, and the reason I know that is because my brother David wrote the press release. So anyway.
Must be true.
Oh yeah, there you go. So speaking of Cajun stuff, we had a great time at the Cajun cook-off yesterday. Benefit the Child Advocacy Center. I was actually on the opposite side of the table. I was actually doing some cooking. I worked with
Cool.
my buddy Kathy Smith, who heads up Broadway,
Yeah.
Causeway, and other stuff like that. Where she got me asked for my help. She also works in the VA called Cajun sausage strips, corn and potato. And we had a little country boiled chowder. It was absolutely delicious. That's what Kathy's husband loves low country boil, but 2 days in, you may get a little tired of leftovers. Take all the leftovers and make the chowder out of it. And that's
There you go.
it was delicious. We didn't win. We had a lot of folks who said we should have won. But, I was fortunate the people next door to Thompson Engineering won with a jambalaya that was absolutely delicious. I mean, the meat was just tender and the flavors came together, and they deserved it, man.
They use raccoon? How about armadillo? Or possum on a half shell, sorry.
Probably not. I will also report on a friend of your shows, a friend of mine, Bob Downtown Diner, won People's Choice.
Always.
So
Yeah.
so they do a great job. Maybe a little bit politically incorrect, but they were serving cigarettes as an appetizer.
What?
Pretzel that they dipped it in white chocolate, with a little bit of red on the end, but red food coloring. And
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Ash was crunched up Oreo cookies.
That's awesome. I love it.
Yeah, so they did a great job. So, we served lots of people. There were lots of people there, so it was a great time. So anyway, and that's just a warm up because I'm on the other side of the table next weekend, this Saturday at the American Cancer Society's chili cook-off. So that's going to be another big time. They sold out of teams early on, and they actually added 3 more teams. So there's
Wow.
going to be a lot of chili served down on Canal Street. Block off Washington Avenue to Broad Street.
Mm-hmm.
And just fill it up with tents and it's not a bad deal. $15 gets you in, you get to take a lot of chili.
You know, I think I've been to that one, and that's actually not a bad venue, man. I like that venue there.
Oh, well, it's, from a vendor standpoint, you got a level ground, so you don't have to worry about that. And of course, they do all the tent setups and all that kind of stuff. So you have 3 teams.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be.
Yeah.
I'm good. Last year, my buddy Romy Perez and I, we somebody's hot dog chili recipe that he had, and we served an all beef chili, which was pretty darn good, except I had 70 pounds of ground beef in it because there's 15 gallons of chili. So this year we're going a little bit more economical. And I do have to get somebody finish somebody freezer, so that's where I'm shopping for my protein for that.
You can get some Himalayan beef protein.
All right.
Yeah, because
I need him laying on the road.
Extra flavor. I'm using some sausage. Paul has a beef sausage.
Yep.
And, I'm looking forward to really trying and adding to that. So
Delicious. Makes a great corn dog.
I'm excited about those 2 things, and again, that's going to be a great turnout, and it's a big thing. Lots of music. All that kind
if you know somebody that's competing like I do, I never have to buy a beer. I never have to pay for a beer or drink. Chris King will take care of you. At Roberts Road, take care of you for sure.
Beer's never really an issue. But so lastly, just this is somebody mentioned about the time of contests, festivals, and all that.
Yeah.
And just getting ready to roll out information on a brand new contest I'm working with my buddy Billy Stitt. So we're going to be over Billy's place on May 31st. It's going to be a Best of Vegas contest, and it's going to be a challenge contest. We got space for 10 teams, and I'm going to be recruiting restaurants that want to come show off what they can do with Billy's Vegas. So it is for WFP Golden Tickets in Vegas. It's gonna be a fun contest. We're excited about finally being able to do some of that Billy's place. He's got a great place over there, great venue, and it'll be Saturday morning from 10 to 1 on May 31st. And for the people that want to come, there's going to be no charge for attendance for the public. We want them to come out and sample what's out there and help us vote on the People's Choice for the Best of Billy's Vegas. But we'll also have a judge contest for the WFC part of it. So it should be an exciting time. I've already talked to Chef Gabby over at Bishop. She had a couple of, her crew, her students over there always volunteer to help at the Cajun Fest. We had a couple of ladies in there with us yesterday that just did a super job. And so I've already talked to Chef Gabby about entering their team from Bishop State. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Well,
anyway,
it sounds like a lot of fun.
I want to make sure I'm there.
Yeah, I was about to say Mike's about to volunteer to judge. I bet you.
Judge, or I might participate.
You're not a restaurant.
Oh, it's got to be restaurants.
Well, no. Anybody wants to pay. Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll figure that out.
If only you knew somebody with a restaurant.
The idea is that we've only got 5 in. Really, I'm going to do kind of a recruiting. I'm going to, tell me why you need to be a part of Billy's Bacon Contest is what my application process is going to be.
And Mike's is going to be because I'm working with Butch Cassidy.
Bacon. Bacon.
And do you go through the normal route of Facebook to get those applications in or find that information or what?
Yeah, it'll be. I haven't posted yet. Billy and I just had our final talk over the weekend. End of the week. So we'll be putting something out next week. It'll be on my Alabama social page, and they'll be sending it out to all of their social media and that type of stuff. And I'll post that on the page as well. So we'll have that out by the end of the week, so we can start through. Yeah.
Wow.
That's. I'm gonna watch the basketball, so that'll be good too.
So what do you do with wings?
Beef?
How do you like your wing?
Cook.
I like my
Naked with the clothes off.
We started years ago. I think we were the first folks at Hooters in Houston to order their Daytona wings. They weren't on the menu, but that's where they would do a bacon and just give them that grill mark at the end. So it wasn't battered and fried before. It was
Grill.
So yeah. So they finished off on the grill, just get enough grill marks. But they finally ended up putting it on the menu. I think may have been because we ate a lot of wings.
Well, they ain't selling many anymore.
Are you flats or drums?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want both.
Thought so.
Yeah. I want half of them to be delicious and half of them to be easy to eat.
The answer to that is yes.
The drumette dunks better in the blue cheese dressing than the wingette.
Yeah. Cool beans. That is awesome.
It's all good, and I've already Deborah team for the Chef Challenge is coming up at the end of April, so I'll be working with her at the Chef Challenge, which is always a great event. And,
Yeah, I want to make sure I want to go to that I go to that too. So
yeah, she's got
just observer. Yeah, she does.
When and where is the Chef's Challenge at, Dave? Danny?
I think it's the first week in April, and I think they did it at Fort Whiting last time, but I don't know.
Yeah.
So it'll be a Saturday?
I don't know.
Usually? Okay.
Yeah. I think it may be a Friday night, or it may be a Friday night.
Okay. If it's a Thursday, I can make that now.
Well, there you go. Yeah, so that's always a good turnout, and again, that's for the pantry, so they do a great job with that. Feed the coast.
Yeah.
So that's always a good activity and lots of fun. So,
Yeah, Feeding the Coast used to be Bay Area Food Bank. Yeah, okay. Great organization. I competed early on in my career at one of their events. That was the first time Will Hughes kicked the crap out of me.
There's been more.
But I came in second. Yeah, it's at least twice. But Chris Sherrill beat him in the other. So yeah, I came in third.
Since the Mobile Convention Center, so I don't know.
Okay.
Oh, I was
Got a
there.
date on that, Steve?
April 3rd.
I was there last year.
Thursday, April 3rd. Yeah.
Yeah, at Fort Whiting, it's so funny.
Yeah, Deborah said.
Yeah, it's a Thursday night.
I just got a text from Deborah. She says April 4th, Convention Center.
Oh, April 4th. Okay, that's a Friday.
Thank you,
By the way,
Deborah.
folks, this is how we organize it. Just everybody starts talking and it just works and drops in.
Yeah, that's why every event only has 10% of tickets sold an hour before opening time, and then they have people in line mad they can't get a ticket after it opens.
No.
We did a Gulf Coast challenge with Feed the Coast. We did 3 events, and we did one in Mississippi, one in Mobile, and one in Pensacola. And they were all WFC, each scored.
Yeah, I judged all 3 of those.
Yeah, the highest overall score won the golden ticket. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that was a great event. The Pensacola event had a beautiful place.
It's a Thursday night, April 4th.
Okay, well, the calendar said April 4th was a Friday. We're arguing about the dates now.
Well, there
Yeah.
But,
It does say that, don't it?
Yeah. All right. Thanks a lot, Danny. We'll get it figured out.
We'll figure it out for them. Thank you, Danny. Yes, sir. All right. Bye.
251-343-0106 is the number that Danny Calametti called, and you can too.
There you go.
Buy drinks, buy some time. The need to stay glass beyond lies while the bartender listens. As long as you're tipping.
To report a non-emergency crime, call the Mobile County Sheriff's Office at 5.
Yeah, I just put in feeding the ghost formerly Big Area Food Bank. It's Thursday, April 3rd, 2025 at the Mobile Convention Center.
So she probably just had to typo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Visit mobileexpo.com.
Whether you enjoy fishing, cruising, or
Yeah.
just being on the water,
That's what
Random
we'll start eating
has
stuff like
built for
that.
you. They sell and service top brands
Eat stuff like that all the time. It's damn easy.
Sailfish, Park Runner, Soulless, Shearwater,
Mike,
Blackjack,
Ben's,
Naughty
and a
Star,
bunch of other
plus
brands
golf
make
carts
these
and
individual
side-by-sides.
packets of
Random
already
Marine
cooked
has
rice.
locations,
Just tear the edge, do them for 90 seconds. You can get grains like that as well, quinoa. They come flavored. It can be plain rice, or it can be Cajun rice, or it can be Spanish rice, or Korean barbecue. Every rice company, they make dry rice. They make it when it's already made up. But my cabinet is full. I go to Ollie's all the time because they'll have it for like $1.25 a piece. And so my cabinet's always got them. I just have 2 great big bowls, you know, that are for pho. I put the rice there, and then I throw all my other shit on top. It's easy, it tastes good.
Is a new start on your back taxes. If you're faced with garnishments, levies, audits, or years of unfiled tax returns, we'll fight to get you the new start you deserve.
We had a ticket come in the other day.
1432. Our
It
new
said,
start program will stop collection efforts.
burger,
remove
no onion,
liens
they have an
from
extreme
IRS
allergy.
and help you reduce
No.
your back taxes by
Wait,
as much
extreme
as
life.
80%. That's right, 80%. Don't
I
wait
said-
until another
I
tax
said, well,
season
go
ends
ask them,
and
should I leave
your
the seasoning off
penalties
because
and
it's got
your
onion
balance.
powder in it?
If you
No,
owe
that's
at least
okay.
$10,000
Then you don't
to
have an
the
extreme
IRS and
allergy.
need a new start.
The
on your
onion
back
powder is more
taxes. Call
concentrated than the raw onion.
1-800-266-1432. That's
Yeah.
1-800-266-1432.
But the onion allergy, which is an onion and garlic allergy, if you're allergic to one, you're allergic to both.
Get
It's
you
the same
new start
compound
you
in both
deserve.
of them. It's
Again,
toxic.
that's 1-800-266-1432.
Advertising.
If the restaurant uses raw onions or raw garlic, you'll have an reaction as soon as you walk in. You don't have to eat. If you're allergic to onion and garlic, you can't be in the room. It affects 1 in 1 billion people, which means currently there's 8 people or less on the planet with that allergy. But yet I've had at least 500 people come into a restaurant and said they have an allergy to onion. Just say you don't like
Hello
onion.
again, friends. I'm Randy Burke, inviting you to join me, Coach Rick Cleveland, and Coach Mark Lasseter.
I got to the point now where anyone tells me that they have a food allergy, oh, let me see your card. Because if you've been diagnosed with a food allergy, they will give you a card you're supposed to present to every restaurant. You ain't got the card, you ain't been diagnosed with an allergy.
Along the Gulf Coast and the state of
Self-diagnosed.
Yep. Not liking it is not an allergy. You eat tomatoes and it gives you, you eat tomatoes and it upsets your stomach, that's not an allergy. You have acid reflux.
All righty. We are back.
You didn't even have the microphone on you was talking.
We are back. And it's always nice talking to Danny Calametti.
Yeah.
One of the Calametti brothers.
Yeah, because he always hooks you up with free food.
And
In exotic locations like
yes,
Gulfport, Mississippi.
One hand washes the other. So.
that's it. That's it.
Mike's like, I ain't washing nobody else's hands, but 2 of y'all can wash both of mine.
But you know, I've noticed something. Have you ever judged the Cajun cook-off?
No, I've competed, but I have not judged.
Same here. Never been asked. Okay.
Hint, hint. Wow.
Anyway.
Subtle, real subtle there, Mike.
Anyway, I guess you got
Roy has done that one several times.
Yeah.
And done his jambalaya.
I've
which is
never-
quite good.
I must not be in the right circles. Anyway,
Well, the problem is they all know you.
I'm a tough judge.
Steve got
I'm a tough judge.
it.
One time at the gumbo cook-off, they gave me my sheet back and said, "Can you be a little nicer?" So I did.
Wow.
So I did. Hey, it was gumbo. I competed. I used to
Hey,
compete.
my answer would have been no. But I'm not like Simon Cowell when I'm
not.
filling those out either. I'm
Or
just saying,
Simon Majundo.
there was a a burnt taste in there. I think your roux got away from you, or there's too much salt, not enough salt, something like that. I don't say things like it made my face pucker and and you should be kicked for it, anything like that. Because, this was wrong. You got this wrong. And judged a gumbo cook-off one time. We had 37 gumbos, 4 judges.
Oh.
So we had to try a spoonful of every one of them.
My question is for judging, and this is just my ignorance speaking. After a while, doesn't it just all blend together?
Yeah, and that's why you try to have more than 4 judges for 37 samples.
Well, we do.
That's what they
usually
get.
The one in Fairhope, they have like 3 tables of 4 or 5, so about 15 judges. But we don't all sample the same thing. They divide it up. I judged the Northwest Wine Summit one time on Mount Hood in Oregon, and the first 2 days was nothing but white wine.
They do have palate cleansers usually on the table.
Yeah, we did.
Crackers, water.
We had cauliflower bread.
Yeah.
And
soak up everything.
Water and stuff like that. But still, it just kills your mouth after 2 days.
Oh, 37 gumbos. And folks, maybe 8 of them were actually edible. That was what made it so bad. 30 of them were just horrible.
I got down to the
so bad. Why would you serve this to just if you burn the roux, quit the contest. Don't serve that garbage.
Well, now
and it got to the point where if one of us would try a new one and we go, oh, don't even try it, just give it a 1.
Yeah, is that
because our palates were getting destroyed?
Is it at that point? Are they out for public awareness, or are they trying?
Well, they're just trying to get. If it's restaurants, they're trying to get their name out there. And
but restaurants aren't going to burn their roux and serve it, and
correct.
Restaurants aren't going to use the same amount of salt for 10 gallons of gumbo that they use for a gallon when they make it for their family, or enough roux for 1 gallon, but make stretch it into 10. That was the other thing we ran into. If they didn't burn the roux, it was just a bowl full of water.
Down on Dolphin Island, when I used to compete down there.
Worst place to compete, by the way, the wind.
Well, that was okay.
Because
it got better.
Well, it blows the flames.
It blows pretty hard at
4
or
or
5 in the
always blows at Dolphin Island.
But they put about 3 teams in each tent.
Yeah.
Okay. So the last time I was down there competing, there was a guy, and he was from the Dolphin Island Club, the Al Delphine Club.
Okay.
And the round building looks like the Jetsons' home. Anyway, he showed up and he was in my tent, and half his spices and everything he borrowed from me because he forgot to bring all that, and he won.
Yeah.
He borrowed half of my stuff and he won.
Now he knew what to do with it. You didn't, apparently. Now I knew this kitchen manager, this place. He said he was from Argentina. He said, Stu, when I lived in Baltimore, I entered a chili cook-off. Lots of teams, 200 teams. I came in 2nd place. I was very proud. They come to me and they go, we had to redo the scoring. You're now the champion. He goes, the guy who won had burned his chili, and he went and got 1 tablespoon of chili from all 200 competitors and turned that in as his bonus.
Wow.
And they disqualified him for it.
That cookie in a line.
All right, let's talk to Cookie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey.
Hey. What's up, Star Apple?
Listen, sweetie pies, how's that for a southern saying? I just wanted to say that I appreciate knowing about Fish River John, and I hope that he hears me when I say, may the blessings be.
Oh, did we lose her?
Where'd you go?
I said,
Oh.
may the blessings be to Fish River John.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
Thank y'all, and I love y'all, and let's just try to love each other as much as we can.
Absolutely.
It sounds like a winner.
Absolutely, Cookie.
Good hearing from you, Cookie, and enjoy your star fruit. So, Michael,
That was interesting, and we had a lot of comments on that.
yeah,
Really.
there's so much fruit on this planet, and
That we don't take advantage of.
right. Well, some of it, it may not try. You may not be able to put it on a ship and send it halfway across the world and it'd be okay. I mean, apples, if you buy them at the grocery store, are probably 3 to 6 months old because they hold so well.
That's why we wax them.
That's also why they got popular. When we started this whole grocery store thing, the fruits and vegetables that you see in the stores are the ones that would hold up the best. So it was nice to get something like the star fruit or the Lujan or what is lychee, I think grows in South Florida. It's kind of a gel fruit. But I mean, you got to get like Tampa for that to kind of grow. But I remember, I don't even know who the lady was. A friend of mine's family went to Disney World when I was 7 and invited me to go along. And then after a week in Disney, we went to Busch Gardens for a day. And they had an aunt or a grandmother or something that lived in Tampa. We went to her house. And she had these things out in the yard. And man, I was picking them and eating them like crazy. But I believe it was lychee that she had, which I believe that comes from Southeast Asia. That's where so much fruit does come from, is Southeast Asia. Although, as Steve found out, the star fruit, I got it from Vietnamese people because they use it in Vietnamese food, but it came from Panama. So it started here in the New World, went to Asia, and then came back.
We were getting comments on our Facebook page that people had tried it, and people on the food, Baldwin County food, South Alabama foodie, that, oh, I've had that here, I've had that there. So it's been around.
Yeah.
I've never heard of it.
Be careful of fruit that gets around.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But there's all kinds of fruit, and then we've got things that grow here locally on the Gulf Coast. I mean, nobody else has persimmons.
No.
I remember being a kid. We go
in Kansas, Indiana. Have they ever heard of a persimmon?
They heard of it, but they never had it.
Right.
Pick it when it's green, and
right.
It's like when I came down here, I asked folks about rhubarb, and they're like,
yeah, it's too warm down here. My father did grow rhubarb 1 year, got it to work, so he was gifted.
Get out there, support local, be local, buy local. Hope your favorite team wins.
Unless it's Alabama.
Eat some wings.
Now, good luck to everybody, and provolone.
Provolone, folks.
Guys I was listening to on the Auburn show coming in, it's like, man, y'all talk about this hatred all you want. When it comes tournament time, I'm all about the SEC. And the other guy goes, I am too. Unless it's Alabama. I'm sorry. I want them to lose every game they ever play.
I'm for all for any team.
Yeah, and they're Alabama fans are like that with Auburn and Tennessee, and I get it.
Look what we got in our house.
A Hershey bar? Is that one?
Look at it.
Yes, like that.
Look at it.
Excellent. Real ID
I can
ready
see
in
that
no
it's
time.
there.
Real ID ready to visit our grandson Ricky.
We got a varmint in our house.
Want to borrow Luke for a while?
We can't get it. I need a cat.
Luke better need a cat. He has eradicated all of mine.
We got a camera on the stand, and we still can't see it. Unless it's invisible.
Say the rat ate that.
Choose a podcast. Listen
What?
live. Use
Your dad for Father's Day.
Google Play App Stores.
Yeah, we had a bowl full of chocolate. We were finding pieces of paper around the house. And Becky goes, "Ooh, don't throw your paper around." And I said, I had pieces. And we were finding paper wrappers all over us. And then we found one on the. Oh, there's a hair too.
This is a rat?
Yeah, it's got to be a long mouse or something. Especially down rat hair.
Yeah, rat.
There's some DNA on it.
Man, I'll tell you, I paid $6.50 for a single mouse trap. That it's industrial grade polycarbonate. Oh, I think that's a trick, man. Has a little hole, and you just put peanut butter in the hole. Man, smack! You can hear it all over the house when that thing triggers. Then I heard because the fucking leg was what was caught in there.
Oh.
We're getting ready. That's what we want after this.
Yeah.
One of those.
One of those will do the trick.
Good, Phil.
I killed 2 and you killed 1.
That's bologna and
The school
brisket.
acquiescing to an
Oh,
ultimate.
okay.
That's a shotgun.
Okay, it looks good.
That shotgun's a good place, man. Hopefully,
They're good people too.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
it looks good, but we were just talking about rats. So
yeah.
I'm looking at that. Wait, is that a
That's a very
name of that?
interesting.
I was kind of